Okay, let's get ready to rumble. Hello and welcome to the 135th episode of the Pendragon Campaign. How are we doing, Colin and Jim?
Good.
Excellent.
Good.
Yep. We are still in the year 555. Not a good year.
No.
Um, we we're gonna start the game off to the gently to the east of Duplain, the castle towards Camelot. That splits the main road between Sarum and Camelot. That's currently um, full of Kingsmark's forces. We're going to have a intense raid on some sort of infernal siege engine crossing the river. Just ringing bells.
Mm-hmm.
Right. There was just a few questions of whether or not, or at least a couple of tactical considerations to have about this sort of raid. There was a question of whether or not King Mark would be the type who would do prisoners, and I just wanted to reiterate that right now as far as you know, King Mark's forces do not think that you are Archie. You know, they think that they are just basically a guerrilla band of knights that are local around that are giving him a little bit of a hard time.
Mm-hmm.
So whether it would come to light about who you are, that could change the math. But that would also increase the security presence and difficulties. You can, I believe, one part of the plan was you were going to split your forces, and some of them are going to be basically do it or just throw everything, or was it kind of throw everything at the bridge and sink it
No,
into the
we were gonna I was gonna leave a token force at Duplain with the
yeah.
idea that because Mark doesn't know how much my forces are, he beats the people at Duplain and thinks he's beaten me.
Right,
And is less likely to assume that there's another shoe to drop.
right.
And I think the question was whether or not Archie himself joins Duplain or joins the actual raid.
This is a very intense, tough decision to make
Mm-hmm.
because you being at Duplain would definitely, without a doubt, sell that this is the force that is available.
Yeah, but I'm also impactful enough that I might be able to swing things at the raid.
Correct.
Sword 22, Lance 18, Battle 18. Well, um, since I don't know, I'm gonna look at personality traits as I often do. Uh, I'm seeing energetic 20, just 19, temperate 18, valorous 18. Um, I'm gonna do modest versus proud. Uh, and it is a coin flip. My rational is yes, I could have an impact at the raid, but that is a much larger scale kind of thing. Uh, and so my contribution, is going to be smaller. So the larger reason to join there is the pride of like the personal being able to personally lead group that takes out this engine. Um, the modest choice would probably be to be purposely captured in order to sell um, this ruse. I fail proud and I succeed at modest. So Archie's going to fight at Duplain and get himself captured.
The hereditary modesty lives on. The spirit
Yeah.
of Gareth. Okay. Um, you will sell your last stand at Duplain. Okay.
Nice. And I think we talked about it last time, but the entire raid group is going to dress as the Knight of Black Waters.
Yes. 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 Uh, Downson Black. Who are you promoting to lead the raid?
I think I have a knight I can do. Actually, I don't. All of my former liege knights are the named ones are dead or gone, so I don't have a named one. Um,
Damn.
yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, most of your knights are like, yeah, they're all like in their 70s.
Yeah.
Well, that would leave their children, like Tingir, I believe Berwick. There's what's the name? Kibno of Allington,
Of Allington. It sounds like a good idea.
Rodgar of Laverstock.
Oh, I do like that name better. Let's go, Radgar.
Okay. Okay. Rodgar, just so you know, has a definitely martially inclined personality. But perhaps the thing that you can never get over is that he hates feasts.
You know, I promise him that no matter how good the raid goes, I won't throw a feast for him.
That's good. I'll be sorely disappointed. Um, all right, there's that sort of like hand on the
Mhm.
shoulder kind of thing. Um, he knows this could be, the last time he sees his liege lord.
Yeah, I actually think that only a few people know of the actual plan. I think
Oh yeah,
the people generally the people leaving and the people staying think that I'm sending them off to Camelot as like news and to join up. And it's
yeah,
only after they leave that Rodgar's gonna say, hey, by the way, we've got a plan.
yeah, yeah.
So I
Your
don't
whole
want
plan.
anyone at Duplain who's captured
No,
chatting and giving up.
yeah. So as far as everyone's concerned, your stand at Duplain is sort of like you're gonna try to buy as much time to get as many knights and stuff to Camelot.
Yeah. And I'm still gonna tell people like as far as King Mark knows, we're it. So like don't give up the fact that we're sending reinforcements to Camelot.
Yeah. So how do you motivate your sworn swords for Duplain? Are you fighting out of a sense of duty? Are you fighting out of a sense of avenging, like being an avenger of
Hmm.
against King Mark at this point? Are you fighting so then to relieve Sarm? Like how are you framing your stand here?
I think I gave a speech where I talk about the Oathstone of Winterborn Gunnet.
Yeah,
Uh the partially submerged little altar thing. Uh and I talk about the groove that has been worn in it by the river. Uh that this groove was made, season over season over season over years. The smallest thing wearing down the very stone. Um, and that what we're looking for tomorrow is not some great victory that's going to shatter marked stone. We are one part of this great river of Salisbury, this great river of Logris, that will wear him down to nothing, to an indeterminate nub, as featureless as any other pebble at the bottom of
Okay.
the river.
Yeah.
Because men with greed and craven ambition like King Mark come and go, but we remain.
Damn. All right. All right. Everyone prepares to sell themselves on the walls of Duplain, repelling the ladders, and as much as they can. You have a stockade of rocks, and ready for the breachings, but it's a matter of time. You will do as much as you can for as long as you can. Okay. So this is when the first barrages of arrows come in the morning. It's actually, we haven't done this in a while. Let's do the weather. It's a light breeze, no rain. Okay, so it's a perfect day for a fight. Okay, the barrages of arrows don't do much to considering you all are well armored, but it does prevent a lot of the you know easy mobility around as things are flying in on you.
Mm-hmm.
The let's see. Oh crap. Hang on, y'all. I need to switch Zoom because my Zoom I canceled my Zoom subscription, and apparently I guess I reached the 30-day one, so this call is going to end in 10 minutes. So I have to redo the call, or we have to switch to Discord. Okay. So give me
Okay.
1 second. Okay, fixed. Awesome. Okay. The Siege of Duplain. You are going to be hit by a combination of Breton and Cornish knights
Hmm.
who will be coming up the walls here. So the first thing we're going to do is you're going to be fighting them about one at a time on top of the battlements of the walls. So let's see how that goes for starters.
Okay. What am I rolling?
Do you want to call it? So I assume you're out there with sword and shield. You know, it's you and your the quarter of your forces. So 25 people are holding Duplain. With a couple like your squire types and your auxiliaries also willing to throw down. Especially carrying the rocks and anything like that to help push over ladders as best they can, right?
Yeah,
so these are the.
I think I
sent
my. I think I sent my squire with the other group.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you guys are really everyone here. Your whole force in this castle is literally anyone who could get out who's basically a non-combatant already did because you're sending them to Camelot, like with your family and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So everyone in Duplain is here because they want to be here. Right. So but that group is, nominal. But thankfully you live in a time where big ass stone walls are still pretty good, even for 25 people. So let's get an idea of how this is going to start. Actually, let's to give myself a position. Let's do siege. And give yourself plus 10 to this because Duplain's obviously well defended. This will give us the tempo and position of how things are going. Okay, so you'll definitely maintain the advantages of the siege and everything going forth here. So go ahead and give yourselves plus 5s to these attacks. So give yourself a total of plus 10 because you're going to getting plus 5 for your siege bonuses and then another plus 5. Just because basically these sorry, actually, no, forgive me. You're not getting plus 10. You're getting plus 5. I'm going to give these guys minus 5 for the fact that they are climbing up the ladders and not being able to fight effectively. That's kind of what I was. Sorry. So let me reverse and do it that way.
You're good.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So this will be 17. Okay. So they still beat you.
In the first 27, by the way. That's some classic Colin rolling.
Oh God! And you still get a 12. Yeah. You still roll a 5. Yep. That's how it works, I guess. Damn. Okay. All right. So then, this will be like the first set of Cornish knights who are coming up here. I think you're able to say you're able to keep back at bay. One of them, but another ladder goes up and another group sneaks up. Meaning you're having to stop and fight this guy now. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. So this guy comes down on you. I have to do a /R, by the way. 14, ineffective against the armor, but enough to knock it. Yeah, but enough to see if it will knock you over.
Yes, 1 point above. Yeah. I do get knocked over.
Okay, so it's not necessarily the sword. It's probably like a Mordhau kind of like hit with the pommel, that like knocks you down. Right. And you can hear the clashing and clatterings of other knights. Your head is ringing, but you're okay. So let's keep the camera in here, right? As this guy is getting ready to give you a blow from the ground. You're not in danger of getting thrown off the battlements or anything like that. Just got knocked down. You turn over and this guy's going to be on top of you trying to use the other hand and a half part of the sword into your visor. So let's not let that happen.
Yeah, I am going to invoke a passion at this point.
That sounds good.
I'm gonna bellow out the Winterborn Gunnet motto, because Salisbury and Winterborn Gunnet might as well be the same fates. Okay, and that is a +5. I always forget what the new passion rules. It is famous passion inspired +5. Yep.
That's good. That cancels out the malice of being on the ground.
Yeah.
This guy attacks from above, so he's getting +5 for this round.
Oh, good.
An 11 for me total.
All right, so I get it this time.
All right, you do.
No crit though, so in this era that usually means no damage. Yeah.
Nope, but that will force him to have a dexterity test. Getting the R. All right, he makes his dexterity, so he's still basically you were able to get him off of you. You also give him a back hit. Oh, so this is so cool. This is so cool. So you're able to deflect the strike. Imagine like him like on his knees, like on top of you, right, with like the hand on the the metal hand like on the sword. The other one's there like trying to get it down onto you, right, and you just like throw him off of you. As you scramble up, you can see there's more and more of these knights that are coming over the battlements. So now you're going to be fighting 2. So you got to get back there. You can see other knights. Jim, go ahead and roll me a d6 to see how good the other folks are going. Just give me a sort of a die of fate of how the rest of the holding is working. A 3.
3. Got a little average.
Okay. So Colin, your Archie's fate's kind of the average of account right now. Is that you were able to hold off maybe like 1 or 2 knights at the very start, and now all of a sudden, everyone's basically fighting 2 knights at this point.
Yeah.
And you're ready to, you have to fall back from these battlements is probably like the next thing in folks' minds to the next, to the keep itself. But that's that's in this part of the battle that what do you want to do? You can see there's you're squaring off against 2 knights right now who are ready. Your other loyal vassals as well are fighting off 2 knights. Arrows are still streaming over, landing into the courtyard, and
we're not losing
No.
yet, but we're on the path. So I mean, we're just gonna keep fighting. I think I'm facing 2 people. I'm gonna split. One gets 10, the other gets 12. Right. With the bonuses, that means it's a 20 and a 22 instead of a single 32 against one of them.
Dude, so like literally, like you just threw this guy off, and like your brothers in arms are like, Archie, should we fall back? And you're like, no, hold them, hold them up, and you charge at him with a roar against
Hell
both
yeah.
the lads.
Okay,
dude. So sick.
The first one and second one. Okay,
right. This is against your first one. Kick his ass, and second one kicks your ass. Okay, so you get 1 on the first one and getting hit with the second one. So you go first. Roll your damage. See what happens.
Nothing.
Okay. Well, it's still enough to force a dexterity test.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, they fall over. All right, and then against you. Nope, nothing.
Nothing. And I'm good.
Okay. There's more knights that are streaming up over the ladder, but they can't fight 3 against you. There's literally not enough space in the battlements.
Yep. All right. This time I'm gonna do 2 towards one of them. So one of them is gonna get a 12. The other is gonna get a 30.
Okay.
Oh, that is the first one. Jesus Christ.
So you rolled a 5 for both of them? Oh my god.
Yep.
Oh my god. Colin, how'd you roll a 5? Oh my
I
goodness.
don't know, man.
Oh my. Okay. Well, sword 22 comes over with a crit. And the second one, a 6. So you're able to parry that one. But you are getting hit with a crit for the first one.
Yep.
So that's ND6. 39.
That's 25 is 14. Not enough to give me a major wound. Ooh.
Yeah.
Dexterity.
Crit.
Crit.
Okay. So you're still up, and because you didn't take a major wound, you do not need to do the contest or anything like that.
Correct.
Okay.
And damage 20. Nothing.
That will no, yeah, not to these knights. They're as well armed as you.
22 is the magic number of the sage, I think.
All right, but you do, so you get hit in turn for one, the other guy gets hit and falls down. So that would be the 30. The guys that you put 30 into gets floored. You get +5 against that guy, and he gets -5 against you. All right, you're still fighting. I can't imagine you're in the same spot, like you are losing ground.
Yeah. There's the first one is a failure, and the second one plus. You said +5.
Yes.
Okay. I got my first crit. Thank Christ.
Finally. Like, oh my god, how long has this been going on? This guy needs a 17. All right, you kick his ass. Okay. You you kick both the asses of both these guys.
This is the non-crit.
19.
Nothing. Right. And this is the crit.
Yeah.
34. That's chunky.
Right. Yeah. Given the circumstances of the fight, I imagine that guy, like I'd rather see that guy end up Wilhelm screaming off the battlements, and you as another guy, a fresh knight takes his place, rather than you keep fighting the same two. All right, so yeah, you finally stop giving up ground. I imagine this was kind of near one of like the corner towers. Your back foot like kind of touches the door and being like, okay, here we go. Now or nothing. Inside the tower, and and you're turning the tide back and trying to get back to the ladders. Okay. Sick. All right. How do you want to play this out? Because we can do this. On one hand, it'd be kind of fun to see just how many knights can you get before you get got.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm not super interested in that. I think it would be when there was that tipping point, and we were able to like move into the castle itself, right? Barricaded door. Then we can parlay through the door for surrender. And I think really when they take the battlements, that's the time.
Yeah. So
we need to sell it. So,
and you are, okay. We can do that now. I just need one more roll from you, and this would be sort of like from the skirmish rules set for sort of like your followers, and there's kind of survival ratings going on right now. So I was thinking about something like that for your followers' fate kind of roll.
So battle.
Modified by the initial result here, which was a not a crit, so just a general success, so just +0, so it's just a general battle skill.
Success.
Okay. So that's 10% losses. So that's
pretty
2
bad,
knights.
but could be worse.
Yeah. So of the 25 knights with you, 2 of them are dead, 8% are wounded. But obviously, this is not the survivors are victorious. Well, survivors are victorious in this case is that you were able to negotiate a parlay.
Yeah. Yeah. Is King Mark leading this one himself or no? Yeah.
No,
I didn't think
no.
King Mark was coming himself.
No. King Mark's still trying to wrap up the siege of Sarm. But you've the better part of the whole day has been taking you down at Duplain with this contingent. He's basically sent a really good set of knights along with you, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So then I'm willing to say, or help me figure out what exactly the result here is. You're negotiating through the wall, the door. We don't have to do the full negotiations, but like I'm just trying to figure out, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's negotiating for an honorable
ransom.
surrender of my troops, into ransom or what have you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You will be taken for ransom by the Breton Knights.
Yep. And please, oh, please don't interrogate me.
Right.
Don't throw me in the briar patch.
Don't do it.
All right. So it would be surprised. Yeah. So I guess it would be still be kind of a surprise to King Mark's forces that, it's you that they caught.
Mm-hmm.
Or catch. So. Okay. Let's go change the camera over to Jim. Thanks for hanging out for a second there, Jim, as we deal with that, and then we'll cut back to see how the fate of the raid on the engine. Okay. All right. So you get to wait basically as Galahad undergoes this trial of this castle of adventure that you find in the wasteland. The adventurous castle. Yeah. So you are stuck on the outside with the not necessarily just the scullery maids, but just the general service staff and the king of the castle as Galahad.
One of us can undergo the trial at a time, right?
Correct. Only one knight can attempt this adventure at a time.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're forced to wait, and you know that for starters, like you can see here, maybe like with the king present, like little by little, he'll give out the little different ordeals to you as you kind of hear the sounds and the results and stuff like that. But I think more importantly is how would we gauge your reaction? Because Galahad didn't back down. They're gonna do it. They know that this will probably lead to their death, but they're gonna do it. The question here is, are you praying? Like, are you at the door being like, you got this?
Kidwell is preparing herself for the ordeal. I don't think it was ever a question of whether she would do it or not. I think it was more like getting mixed messages from the king and the maids, like, oh, don't do it, but also this is the only way to approach the Grail or something like that. Like, this will lead you one step closer. So it's like, okay. But given Kidwell's passions and traits, I don't think it was a question of whether she would, but Galahad certainly is like on the ball with it. So she's going to be preparing herself for the ordeal, like wherever chapel they have, whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's the better way, because it's like,
Yeah. All right. You're going to spend it in quiet contemplation and focusing. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. That's why she's not here. If she dies here, then that's the will of God.
Okay. All right. You pray throughout the night. And in the morning, the maidens of the castle come to check on Galahad. And that's the first thing, in your haziness and, staying up all night, you hear the cries, but they're cries of joy and happiness. As Galahad is an extraordinary knight and has proved his uniqueness. And he'll be preparing to attend the feast. You obviously want to go talk to him personally, but the king will describe how he is asleep that during the ordeal, that don't worry, they sleep here in body.
It's unavailable.
Yeah, given the mystical nature of everything going on, upon completion of this, you immediately go to sleep.
Okay.
Okay. So more importantly, though, it's your turn for the trial. They give you a fine nightgown to wear, just like they did offered to Galahad. And you can see inside the room, it's elegantly furnished. But there's definitely this very somber tone. You can see that there's this big 4-post bed in the middle of the room, with blankets of fur and ermine and, all the different kinds of, nice, very nice, high Camelot, high romance core, medievalism going on. They'll bring you.
So they want me to wear a nightgown?
Yeah, so no armor or anything like that. But
I mean, like, could I wear my armor?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I think I might keep up because I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, I don't have an like I didn't like keep my ear to the door or anything, so it could be anything. It's in here. I want to be ready for anything.
Yeah. I think you should give yourself a prudence check simply for the virtue that you spent this whole time preparing, right?
Okay.
So the idea here is you have, could anticipate challenges and things like that if possible, given what you've heard. And so let me give you a rundown of sort of the trial as it was explained to you by the king since Galahad was doing it. So the first part that you would know here is that obviously you won't be able to sleep in the bed despite what you try. For without warning, the bed will begin to basically buck like a bull or a stallion, or
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, and it will try to run you over and trample you.
Okay, so definitely leave my armor on for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you surviving that, a door in the room will open, and a animal will come out. You've heard it's either a tiger or like a lion or some kind of beast. And surviving that, you'll be attacked by a knight. But if you can survive all 3 of these ordeals, then you'll be good to go. Okay.
All right.
So Cadwalla, you will keep your armor on as you enter the couch adventurous. Okay. What's your energetic?
19.
Okay. There's no issue about you remaining awake in the bed or anything like that. You're ready to go. Okay. So then let's go without warning. The bed springs into action. So go ahead and give me a strength check here. To remain on the bed. Okay. Let's see. Dex modified for armor worn required. Oh no, you're good. Okay, that's for if you take damage, but you're good. Okay. All right. Literally, the adventure calls for you to this goes on for 20 rounds. So I'm not.
Holy shit.
Given it's crazy, but given that this is your life is on the line here and things like that, I think we have to do the whole 20. Okay. Let's just try to do it by the book. To me, it's ridiculous. They should just be able to summarize it and be with a penalty or something like that to survive. But here we go.
So 20 strength checks.
Yeah. If you want the Grail, you're gonna have to. But then again, this qualifies you to get the Grail. So enjoy.
Let's see. I mean,
the stochastic
I
randomness.
Have a 19, so I'll either.
Yeah, don't roll a 20.
Okay. I just want
to. Can you roll 20 d20s and not get a 20? Or if you do get a 20,
I already got one.
Yeah. Or if you do get a 20, can you survive? Yeah, you have to roll 19 more.
All right, there goes. No 20s.
No 20s. You do. You save. Oh my goodness.
Holy shit.
Okay. Way to go.
Yeah, no 20s.
All right. So the bucking of the bed will be abruptly cut off just as fast as it started. You're just holding onto the posts. You're flying around. But regardless, you do. Yeah. You do not let go. You've white knuckled this whole thing. Okay.
Okay.
Now you know
I'm expecting
that
the next one to come like immediately after, right? Like this one started suddenly.
exactly. So you're not sure when the next one will begin, but then without warning, 10 little windows will snap open, revealing crossbows. This was not explained as part of the test.
Oh.
And they will fire simultaneously.
Okay.
So we'll roll. Give me an awareness test.
Those rolls.
No, I need.
That just failed.
Oh, you fail. Okay, so then you do not gain the benefit of your shield.
I don't usually carry one.
Right, because you use your two-handed sword, anyways.
Yeah.
Okay.
My armor bonus from chivalry, so I've got a 19 armor.
Sick. Okay. All fire simultaneously. All the bolts strike the knight for 1d6 plus 12 damage each.
Bring it.
You should survive.
Yeah, if the most they can roll is 18, my minimum is like they got to do at least 20 to get past me.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like literally the maximum. Yeah, so to get past your chivalry, yeah, you will survive. Okay. By the grace of God, the crossbow bolts.
Thank you, chivalry bonus.
Miss you. Yeah. And similarly, and so after the surprise crossbow round goes, there is the door that opens, revealing a fierce lion. So now we're going in. Obviously, this is a supernatural lion, and will actually try to fight you to the death rather than just being a regular lion, being like, "What the hell? Why am I abused? Why am I here?"
Yeah, why am I here?
Okay, yeah. You know what I mean?
Get me out of here.
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna play it that way, and Colin, if you missed the first part, but Jim has miraculously rolled 20 d20 strength checks, not getting a 20, meaning he did not fall off the bed and get crushed. I don't know if you have a bet, like just as a player, of whether or not he's getting to the Grail, but he's going the distance right now. That's for sure.
Yeah,
which is pretty awesome.
Smart. All right. So draw steel and face off against this noble beast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. Let's see whether or not it can do anything. It's got a skill of 20. Oh, can you beat a 4?
Beat a 4. Possibly. Not called on any passions yet.
You
tie a 4.
What is a tie versus a lion? What the hell's a tie versus a lion, dude?
Otherwise, a tie is like a destroyed weapon because I'm using a sword.
Huh.
Right? Like, usually when you tie with a sword, it's not good for the person without a sword.
Yeah. Okay. I'll say that it won't attack with its claws. Or I think you got it with its bite, so I guess all it can do is attack with its claws, which would be less. So I'll just do that instead as a result for the tie. That makes sense because it would destroy the weapon, right? So I think so. In other words, I think you destroyed its bite. Yeah. So I think in this way you destroyed its bite. So we'll just have to use its claws, which are at 13. So.
Okay.
I fail.
So that's fail. That's a hit.
That's a hit.
25.
25, I think will probably do it. The knockdown is 25. Well, their armor is 6. So it does 19 damage to it. That is a major wound. So it does make a con save. Its con is 17. It passes, so it's still up. But that's not very good for it. So one more round to see if you can take it down. And I guess it needs to make a dex check as well. Yeah, it gets taken down, so it'd be rolling at -5 as well. So it's just an 8. It passes, but you beat it. So I think you put it out of its misery. Like the minimum damage, I think, for you will put it out of its misery.
Yeah.
Yeah. That will kill the lion. All right. And you are afforded 10 minutes of rest. There's a small plate of wine and cheese in the room. If you wanted to go for it.
I don't know. Like, that seems like a trick.
Sure.
Does it like just magically appear?
No. This was brought in with the maids at the start. This is your last repast.
Well, I don't know how long it's going to be till the night shows up, so I don't want to be in the middle of a snack. Or
Sure.
I'm just going to like be at the ready for the last of the test.
Okay. All right. The last test here. Cadwalla. That same door where the lion came from springs open once more, and this time at night, Gus steps through. Armed, bearing a sword and shield. Without warning or word. They never speak, but are prepared for it. So have at thee. Their sword is as good as the knights that were attacking Archie. So they're looking at 22.
Right. See, I think I will call on a passion for this one.
Yeah.
It feels like honor, mostly because none of the others really fit. There's like upholding your oath. All right. Here goes. Hopefully, I don't. That.
Nice.
Plus
God,
5.
Damn, Cadwalla, this is so sick. I can't. I thought you were a goner for sure in the dang bed, man. So this is all like crazy to me.
I don't know. Okay. We'll see. That's a low roll there. That is
an 8.
That's not a great roll.
I will beat you here. Using the stat block here, they do roll 5d6 damage, which is probably not going to be that grisly. He says, uncertain of himself. 16. Yeah.
16. Not gonna get through.
Yeah. Again.
All right, another pass. Ooh, that's a crit.
Okay. You beat my 11 with a crit of definitely.
So many crits here. 44.
Oh my god. Okay.
That's with 3 1s. That's rolling 3 1s on that crit.
All right. I mean, I'm gonna make sure that it doesn't kill him outright, because then something else will happen. So he's got, is it 20? It's 20 armor, right? The shield.
22. It's 18 plus 6.
Oh, it's 24.
Or
okay.
16 plus 6. Sorry.
So 20. Yeah. So it's 22. 22 total. He did pass, so he did get his shield. So then he's taking 22 points of damage. That is definitely a major wound. Let's see, that would knock him down to let's see, 20. First off, con save. He passes his con, so he doesn't like go unconscious or do anything like that. His dex, He fails his dex, so he gets knocked down. And all right, so he gets cut down, and as he's falling back and staggering backwards from there, he falls down in front of the door, and you can see, like, with his bloody hands, he's going to go try to open the door that he came from. What do you do? Do you proceed? You want to do you want to cut him down?
Rules other than these are the
There are no rules. Yeah.
No
what
rules. I mean, if he hasn't yielded, then we're still fighting.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. He does not speak.
I'll try to I'll try to press him further.
Okay. They will try to do full defense. Yeah. So they will basically drop their shield and just bunk turtle under drop their sword and turtle under their shield.
Okay.
So they get plus 12.
Do I get a bonus because he's on the ground?
Yeah, you get plus 5. You get plus 5. So they'll be rolling with a plus 12 here. 27 for me.
I got an 18.
Okay.
So
they don't.
The shield.
Yeah. Ding. They goes off.
I'm gonna yell at them. Like, as this is going on, I'll be screaming at them to yield. Like, I don't want to. Who knows who this person is?
Yeah.
If they're even real.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, do you have? Yeah. You can see that, like, between your strikes, they do try to keep getting this hand to this door. Would you follow them through? Like, would you deny that? Like, or do you want to see where they go through the door and follow them as you fight, or would it be a situation of you just want to keep them in this room?
And if the only part of the ordeal that we know about is to defend myself against this knight.
Yeah.
I'd like to stay in the room, I think. I don't know what would happen if I followed them out. The whole ordeal is to spend the night in the room, yeah.
Yeah, so this room has 2 doors. This is not leaving the like the way you came in. There's like a closet door or something like that that's like these things are attacking you from. Okay? And that's what they're trying to get back to. You have no idea where it goes. Yeah. All right. Well, all right. You let your curiosity get to you for a second as you let the door open, and while the inside just looks like very dark with one exception, what is your spirituality? It's like 19.
17 for spirituality. 17.
Yeah, you definitely will feel a sense of divine presence and wonder behind that door.
I gotta see.
Okay. You would step through with the knight.
Yeah.
Okay. The silent knight will try to protest, but there's not much they can do when they're crawling on the dang ground with a massive gaping chest wound. You can see that they try to, like, grab your legs and stuff, but you can see there's the light from the other room will begin to rejuvenate them. And similarly to you, though it is frankly wondrous. It is so overwhelming that you are healed of any wounds that you would have sustained, and you would fall into a deep, dreamless sleep. You have succeeded.
Holy shit.
So you have survived the onslaught.
Survived the night.
Yep. You all are literal dang superheroes. So, just like Galahad, no one is around though to have your announcement. You just, you basically see this light in this door, and you see this refreshment. And you see the guy you're following and pursuing. Like, why the hell is he running away to this room? And you see him starting to get kind of healed and his armor mended and stuff like that. And then you just like there's this light glowing around you, and you just pass out. And yeah. So guess what? You get to go to the dang Fisher King. You get to go see the Grail.
Holy shit. Oh shit.
Yeah. So give yourself 1,000 glory for surviving, and we will talk about that in a second. But let's go back to the siege. All right. Archie, you are interrogated, of course, given the amount of time, but like given the speed of what's happening here, like the engine's on its way, there's no way for them to really know or have any kind of defense, and there's no knowledge that they could gain from you from this. But they do realize who you are, and they will absolutely capture you and keep you as a ransom. The only question is whether or not they're going to use you as a tool to get into Sarum. But let's worry about the bridge first. All right, your soldiers are going to fight dearly. They know the matter. They know the stakes at hand. Rodgar is going to have to tell them change of plans. Yeah, Archie has entrusted me. We are taking out this engine. It will not reach the gates of Camelot. It will be guarded by King Mark's best. But King Mark's best is no comparison to Sarum's worst. You know, so we're gonna give them, you're gonna give them hell.
Nice.
What would be the best way to adjudicate this, Colin? How do you think would be fun? We could do a simple battle check and just let it all on the line. Or we could do a little bit more granular. Like the best of 3, sword valor battle kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think
what we could do really
battle sets up valor sets up sword.
Okay.
The plan, it will tell us how well things start off. Valor will see how long they get stuck in, and sword will tell us how effective they are when stuck in.
Okay. We'll do the Holy Trinity of combat.
Yep.
Right.
Who is rolling? That is whose stats are we using?
Okay. It'd be more interesting for you to do this. And if I were you, I would use the Famous Knight stat block, so that would give you a battle of 18.
Okay. Success.
Nice. Your valor is 16, and your sword is 22.
Success. Sword. Success.
Beautiful. Okay. What this means is your ambush is successful. Now we just have to do one final battle, similar like to the skirmish thing about the fate of the followers. Just like how costly was this? Another success. Yeah. So minimum losses. It's only. So you lost about 7 knights in the process. Another 14 or so wounded. Minorly. But at the end, there is smoldering in the River Avon is the siege engine. You're not around. You're not able to, like, the force is not around to stick around and hold the bridge or do anything like that. This was just a surgical strike. You can imagine there's like 20 knights that are all around, like trying to heave this thing off the bridge, right? While the other 15 or so are holding on each sides with their shields, like, give it everything you got as you're rolling for this battle roll. Obviously a lot of folks are getting shot from like crossbows and stuff just from the sheer size of this. That's it. And then you're able to break free into the woods once more. Now they were successful in the battle, we're gonna say that they're on the lam, right? They're obviously getting pursued through the woods at the end of this fight here, but everything has gone well, and obviously most of the forces of Mark's will be demoralized as their secret weapon has been destroyed, and King Mark's will be very, very, very mad about this. But you have done everything you can to get as much time as possible. All right. King Mark wouldn't be okay. There's a chance that King Mark would be angry enough to execute prisoners, but I don't think we're there yet. So I think he would rather keep you around. If anything, selling you back for his own life seems like the obvious thing to do.
Yeah, I think at this point we're like barons are not the first on the chopping block, so there is certain security in station here.
Yeah,
I'm more concerned with him executing my followers, the people who helped to defend the Duplain with me.
Yeah. I think there might be some that. Yeah. I think we can go there. I think what they will try to do though is do this in a way to make you more talk about what are the secrets to Sarum. You know, you are the Marshal of Salisbury. What is the secrets? What is the plans? How do we get in? Right? And you know, failure to divulge this means the death of at least one follower at the start. You know, for every time you deny me, I will come every hour. You know, and every time you deny me, I will kill one of your followers. I'll kill one of your sworn knights. You know, who like you hear for a second, you're like, no, don't tell him anything, you know, kind of thing, as this is happening. And I think I'm gonna put you in that crucible.
Yeah, I think Archie would make it clear when they lay that out. And is this one of this? Isn't Mark himself giving me this ultimatum?
Or no, this would be the Breton these Breton knights.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
King Mark's too much of a coward to directly do it.
Yeah, and you know, I'll bring that up. Yeah, Archie's gonna make it clear, but like, you know, every single one of the knights that came with me prepared to die yesterday. Every day after that is a wonderful gift you're giving them. You're giving us. And you are a Breton knight. I'm sorry to say you're new to these lands and you haven't quite got the stock of things, have you? What we're like. We're mud people. We come from this earth and we're very well prepared to return to it.
Okay, well.
So why wait? Kill them all. Kill each of us one by one.
They will.
You'll learn nothing. Yeah.
I think. Okay. I'm prepared to say that you will succeed. Just because how awesome that is. Frankly, I think that's right. But I think that one of the reasons why they're killing you once every hour is they're not killing them fast. And so you have to hear in your own cell the torments of each of these people that you've loved. You went to their fucking baptisms for their kids. I
think Archie is going to force himself to watch bear witness.
Yeah.
If he's condemning them, I think he's going to have to struggle with the fact that he's like he essentially gave the order.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's what I think I'm prepared to say that you succeed, but it has to come at some kind of toll to your humanity. You know, like you obviously need to do it. Like, this is the right thing to do. This is the order. This is but like that's a pillow on a bed of spikes. You know what I mean? It doesn't cure the problem of having to actually do it. Yeah, tell me.
Hold on.
You have a better idea?
This is Archie. Archie is a schemer.
Yeah.
Archie's
a way out of this.
Comes from a family of schemer. Yeah. We've already pulled the wool over their eyes once. Like, how are they going to know what secrets are real? They want the secrets of Salisbury. I can give them secrets. I can play the broken man. I can let some people get executed. I'll take that on my soul to sell the lies. But there's been nothing honorable in their conduct, and I feel beholden to no honor in return.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to, after the first couple, signal that you've got me, I'll talk, and I will feed them some bullshit.
Okay. I mean, I like this idea, but this will buy you a little bit of time at great cost, right? Because if if the veracity is wrong,
yeah, what they're gonna torture and kill more of my men? They were gonna do that anyway.
Yeah,
we're playing for time here, and I will play to the hilt.
Yeah, that's okay.
You know, I'll try and beg an audience with King Mark. I'll try and
all right,
anything to waste their time.
All right. It will definitely burn. All right. This will delay them. This will stop the executions at least for a day as they prepare to prod for the secret entrance into Sauron that doesn't exist. But upon knowledge of this, they will definitely put to torch Winterborn Gunnet.
Okay.
For sure. They will. They're going to leave. They're going to destroy everything but you. You know.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Then this is all right. So here's the good news and the bad news. Then, the good news is they definitely buy and your lie. They will sell and as a benefit of you selling them, they're going to lose their best, King Mark's kind of like best forces, right? These are the guys who are supposed to sneak into Sauron, fight their way to the gates and open it, right? These are, you do not send, this is your SEAL Team 6 of King Mark, right? That you just sent their deaths. That's a pretty good lie. As far as things go, you just killed about King Mark's 20, most sworn badass knights that he has. So you can that is the consolation prize to you losing. In return, yes, your prisoners will all die. Winterborn Gunnet will be basically raised. They can't destroy the tower per se, right? They just don't have the manpower to dismantle it. But that's all gone.
Yeah.
You will remain as a prisoner pretty much through the year as this continues.
Fair enough.
Because basically, that so here's the thing: they can't hurt you. I mean, they're trying to do everything to hurt you that's not physically hurting you and stuff like that, because you are their bargaining chip for his life, effectively. And I think they kind of both know that, and so I don't know how that makes you feel, but that is the deal.
It's turning over in his head, yeah.
That you are what's going to keep Mark alive at the end of this, and you know that Arthur would take that deal. Now, obviously, there's Sauron is still having to go on, and we can do that through the year. But then there's also going to be Camelot. All right. So, yeah. So this is the really, really, really bad year for Sauron and Salisbury and Camelot. They'll have to hold until next year, when the rest of the knights and what's going on after Cadwalla basically come back, and the sort of the end part of the Grail is had. So everyone else just kind of has to hold on for this time being. So I think as far as I don't know what to do. Like, I don't think there is a winter phase except for like experience and checks and things like that this year. Like, that's all we have to worry about. Just assume that like and we'll I like the idea of having to discover whether like what has survived, what stuff later. Like when you have a chance to actually like assay, your your property again.
Mm-hmm.
But who would like to roll? Actually, I'm gonna nominate you, Jim, because you've been so chill, and you also just made it to the goddamn Holy Grail. So like, let's talk. Can you let's roll for the fate of the siege of Sarum for the year. So go ahead and roll me a battle. And they have a 16. So you're gonna be rolling with a 26, and I'm gonna roll a contested, basically a contested siege.
That's crit.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I also crit.
Be crit.
But
That
you want your
means
actual
we need to
total
look at
number
the
is?
actual roll. 16 plus 10.
Of course, we get into a
So
weird edge case.
26. I think it's 26.
Okay.
That's what it looks like.
Right,
16 plus 10.
but I guess I'm kind of wondering here what a crit versus a crit would look like as far as a tie goes for the siege. What does a tie in a siege mean? Like I'm having a hard time imagining and the imagery of a siege is very like binary. It's like it's either you make progress or you don't.
Well, let's look at other examples of what happens during a tie, a crit versus crit tie in
Sword
the
breaks.
system, right?
Yeah.
Sword breaks is homeostasis, right?
True.
So
So
I feel like that's
the walls of Sarum are down. They have to fall back to the castle.
Mm-hmm.
But they're still, most of them are alive. So,
yeah.
So from the command tower of King Mark's forces, you have to look upon one more heartbreaker, which is even the cathedral of Sarum. Damaged. The walls that were just recently built, breached, black. And then the night sky choked with smoke and fire. And the the lives of everyone holding on there, you have no idea.
No idea.
King that's Mark. Yeah. So that would be the end of 555. A brutal year.
Fucking love it. This is more brutal than some of the fucking anarchy years.
It's true.
Yeah, I never got like this bad.
Yeah. Now there's nothing as far as the siege of Camelot goes. There is obviously some sets of enemies here. Let's see how this is going as well. So as the very, very final part of 555. So this will not be. Go ahead and just roll with a plus 10, because obviously Camelot is going to be as well defended as it can be, and King Mark doesn't have his siege weapons. So I'm just going to roll. I'll roll with a -5 because he doesn't have that benefit to him. So here's a 17. It's a 16. Okay.
Oh. No.
All right. So then
a minimum of 11.
You get a 10. Sense. You rolled a 4. It says you rolled a 4.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so if it's a 16 plus 10, then I'm getting a 6 to the roll. So if I rolled a 4 plus 6, that's how I get 10. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I see how it's doing that, yeah.
That's how it gets that. That's how it does that. That's right. Because I have a 20 in battle.
Yeah. Okay, so then they are going to make some leadway into Camelot.
Audacity.
Mm-hmm. Okay, then what's going to happen is we're going to just kick off with 556. Lancelot still presumed dead, except for Cadwalla. We're gonna reveal the Holy Grail part in just a moment. But Lancelot's presumed dead. Tristram definitely confirmed dead. Camelot's gates broken. Sauron on fire. Archie prisoner. Just for starters. But the Holy Grail. This is the time to find it. All right, the Fisher King and King Pelham have been split into two different people into the Castle of Joy. Now, I believe this is one of those situations like, are you ready to do the call of response?
So we're brought in this is after the ordeal, or like immediately after, or whenever Cadwalla wakes up.
No, this is while you're asleep. You go to a dream.
Oh, okay. We're like a dream feast.
Exactly.
We're full on in some sort of supernatural realm.
Oh, 100%. Right. So that you will be it looks similarly to the once Castle of Joy, kind of like Lancelot's. Looks like a weird blended holy version of this. This is the king. This is the king fisherman, the lord of Listenes. His domain. The great. So here's, you're given. Okay, let's talk about everyone who's around you, right? Because it's sort of like you're outside of time in this dream state, right? Galahad's here, Percival's here, Len Lancelot's here. No other, as far as you know, no other round table knight has made it. You're going to be brought to dinner with rich tablecloths, salt bread, everything you could ask for. Everyone else is like, when the light hit you, you were in your armor and things like that. But now you're wearing your high fashion clothes like it was a year ago, in Sauron. Right? Yeah. Everyone's wearing sort of like these nice clothes. No one really remembers how they got here or anything like that. Right? And before you, beckoned by several maidens, or flanked, I should say, by several maidens, is just kind of floating a golden cup. With its own sense of radiance. I think you could probably understand the sanctity of such an item as the Holy Grail when you see it, as this procession will go to the king. All right. Now, to finish this, we have to ask the question.
Oh, shit.
Whom does the Grail serve?
Does the Grail serve? All right. Do we have a sense that we have to ask a certain question?
Yeah.
Or we're like,
oh, sorry, did I say Gwen's here?
I said Galahad, Percival, and Lancelot.
Sorry, Gawain should also be here. So
Okay.
Galahad, Percival, Lancelot, Gawain, and Cadwalla.
Okay.
The first person to try to attempt to ask this or answer this is Gawain. Unless you want to be.
I'll let Gawain go first.
Okay. Gawain is when the disarticulated ambient booming voice of "Who does the Grail serve?" ring out into this feasting hall. Gawain will step forward, but begins to like stumble on his words, and you can see that he tries to speak and literally cannot. So he doesn't say that he doesn't give any answer, and he falls to his knees.
Right. Gawain. So what happens if we attempt to answer then? Is it the similar situation to Gawain? We're just like struck dumb.
Yeah, so what's going on is that there's actually going to be like a religious / kind of piety check for you in front, and then the question is whether or not you know the answer. It's more the question of whether or not you can endure the holiness to speak.
Sure. Yeah.
Which I was trying to project here with Gawain's failure roll here to do that.
Just overcome
yeah.
by the presence.
Exactly. The question is, again, whom does the Grail serve?
All right, Cadwalla will attempt to answer.
Okay. There are three tests that are critical for answering this question. Okay. And again, because this is the Holy Grail, I'm gonna have to ask you to make these rolls. Okay. Just like the 20 table checks. Okay. The first one is religion. So you actually have to roll your religion check. The skill.
All right. Not that high as compared to our spirituality, but nothing.
This is right.
No. Was not paying attention during her sermons.
You also begin to stumble with the words of who the Grail serves. Where like the Grail serves, like the Grail serves.
So yeah, don't we serve the Grail?
And yeah, you are hypnotized by its power. Just like Gawain, you'll fall to your knees. All right. There's a flash. As stepping after you fall as well, Percival will step forward and say, "The Grail serves you, the Grail King, and the Grail King serves us all." And in a flash, we find ourselves in Camelot. The five of you, in the halls of Arthur, with Percival holding a very luminous cup.
Oh. Holy shit. Percival.
Can we? Okay. I think I want to call it here simply because that's the good spot. And we can have Arthur's regeneration and the start of the counterattack of 556 and running through there. Because a lot of the stuff is like not focused on you all. So I'd rather like do it more back to, okay, here's where we're gonna pick up, you know? Except for the exception here of Cadwalla.
That makes sense.
Okay. As Cadwalla gets to lead the charge and Colin has to play a passive secondary role for a little bit. Okay.
Oof.
Damn.
Sounds good.
The holy friggin' Grail.
Just like that.
Yeah. All right. I can't believe you survived. There were so many chances here for it to be like, oh, by the way, if you fail this roll, you die. It's like literally like if you fail this roll, you die. Yeah, and you're like, I don't care. I will just straight up not fail this test, and you don't.
Just not fail it. Yeah. I didn't expect to make it as far to like get into the presence. Cause I figure like this is the one part of the Great Pendragon Campaign where it's like preordained. This is the crux of the story, as it were.
Yeah.
I'm guessing there's like if you pass whatever rolls needed to answer correctly, you could be the one with the Grail.
Yes, it would have been you.
Really, really hard to do.
Yeah, I can tell you now. The 3 rolls you needed to do was the religion check. You needed a not piety. That's the old edition. Spiritual, and then a love of God check. If you pass all 3 of them,
I didn't even have that passion. I didn't even know that was a passion to have. So shit. Okay, yeah.
So that would have been it.
Okay.
With those 3.
Damn.
But
Damn.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, hopefully you can save not just Camelot, but drive him out of Sarm as well next time.
Yeah. Hopefully so.
Okay. And
treacherous King Mark.
Yeah. All right. So this is where we're gonna pick up next time. So thanks for playing.
Yeah.
So are we skipping over winter of 555?
Yeah. Just go ahead and
like fold that into.
We'll fold it. Yeah, we'll fold it into 556. Simply when you have a chance to assess the damages. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's good.
Awesome. I know we're having a little bit shorter sessions right now. But given the stakes and circumstances of everything like that, hopefully you all understand.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay. Cool. All right, then we'll pick up next year with the next episode.